I'm going to start this video with something that's going to shock a lot of you. 99 boxes is actually my favorite base game heist in Payday 3. That said, this is also the heist that inspired me to make this series of videos in the first place. This and no rest for the wicked, but it's a lot more fitting to say that with 99 boxes specifically. After all, it's 99 boxes. 99 boxes has become the poster child for the circle mechanic in Payday 3, and for good reason, since that's really the most interesting individual mechanic of the heist itself, since you can't really take advantage of the fact that this is one of the few maps with a multitude of areas that take full advantage of the new movement capabilities the Payday gang has in this heist, once you're discovered and gone loud. 99 boxes takes place in a rather standard warehouse setting, where you're either sneaking in to figure out where the cold tech iced tea wants you to grab is, or just barging in like it's an episode of CSI. I'll stop now. This is one of the much simpler heists in the game, which is ironic considering it's the penultimate heist of the base game's roster. Your goal is to retrieve 2 pieces of refrigerated tech for iced tea by using your own semi-truck and liquid nitrogen from the warehouse on site. Once both of those are set up, you then have to look for a computer to figure out whether your objective is in the east or west yard, which will then determine what map layout you get to play around in. Yes, 99 boxes has map randomization, and some pretty decent randomization to boot, as each storage yard has pretty different layouts, besides the similar aesthetic between both of them. I mean, it's a shipping yard, it's hard to make them distinct. Your goal is now to find 2 of the 5 total white containers in the yard using QR codes you got from the guards out front to open in stealth, where you're greeted by the circles yet again. For better or worse, though, when you actually stand in these to progress them, they only take half as long as every other heist with the mechanic to completely fill. Unfortunately, you also have to do this twice, since, there's 2 pieces of tech to steal. If you're wondering what's in the other 3 containers that don't have the tech, they've just got some extra cash for you to fill the time with. But once you finish standing in the circles and making the guards run around wondering,
what did I just hear? That sounds a bit off.
You then have to grab the tech and book it across the map back to the warehouse and stash the tech in the truck before it degrades and loses value. This is where the biggest challenge of stealth comes into play, and a bit in loud as well, which is figuring out the map layout so you can get the tech to the truck as quickly and as safely as you possibly can. Now, the big difference between loud and stealth is the large gate that leads into the yard you need to grab the loot from. In stealth, this never opens up, while in loud it quite literally opens as soon as you've made your way in there, sometimes before you even touch the ground. I get that it's for swap pathing, but there should be a switch or something on the inside to open it yourself instead of it being automatic. Plus, having the switch be closed could make for some more interesting gunfight areas. Already starting with changes on such a minor thing, but to move to what made me want to make these videos in the first place, and it's the circle mechanic being replaced yet again. This time, the replacement comes from one of the favors in Delivery Charge, quite literally reusing the refrigerated tech from this heist, and Delivery Charge doesn't have circles anywhere in sight. So what that heist does instead is put a fingerprint scanner on the interior door of the container for you to use to unlock it by finding the right fingerprint on one of these multiple coffee mugs. The obvious solution to the circle gimmick in 99 boxes is to have these mugs scattered around both the warehouse section and the actual shipping yard, so that instead of moving to spots that are either in Narnia or right in front of a guard with no in between, you're then rewarded for learning the map layout by getting these quickly, since there's quite a few containers that are half open already or can be opened by you. They're like many offices out there. There's no reason that they wouldn't have some kind of table and coffee mug on it for you to lift a print from. Now that's the solution for moving the bags and getting past the circles. Getting into the containers themselves isn't exactly difficult no matter your approach, but I do think that the QR code should still be usable even once you go loud if you got it in the first place, thus skipping the need for a thermite bag in loud. This is on top of being limited to only opening one of the objective containers at a time, which is just really annoying to deal with, and if the circles that require them to be one at a time are gone, this limitation should go too. Now, something that I haven't touched on yet is something that I think would just add a bit of fun and agency to the heist itself, and that's the ability to use a crane to move a container to a different location. The West Yard's crane doesn't have a container on it, so you could very likely move the refrigerated container with the crane down to a lower level, thus giving you more cover and agency in how you play the heist itself. Granted, you wouldn't be able to move every container, but some is better than none, doubly so if it's a container with the tech inside. This could also very easily be a way to create a bridge between both sides of the shipping yard, so that you could stay elevated instead of needing to go to the road every single time you wanted to go between the shipping container areas. Another thing to add to make the heist feel more dynamic than it does, at least once you go loud, would be to have the truck you get away in actually move closer to the shipping yard you're in, similar to the armored transport in Road Rage, or Delivery Charge, because it reused that mechanic too. It'd drive away from the warehouse area and park itself right in front of the gate to the shipping yard, making the real challenge of moving the refrigerated tech just getting through the swarm of SWAT in your way, and the further you move the truck to the shipping yard, the easier it'd be. Plus, there's not really a good reason we can't raise this gate here or open the fence for the truck to drive through. Delivery Charge did this. You can very easily retrofit 99 boxes with that mechanic. The only thing you'd really need to do is get rid of some of the boxes and other trucks that are purely there for breaking line of sight. Lastly, the only other thing I'd change is adding a way to reach the zipline once you're in the shipping yard, like a spot for a ladder or something similar. Because the only way you can move bags back from the shipping yard with a zipline is either with a lucky throw, or propelling the bag a bit further with a shotgun, which can't be good for the items inside. Plus, it's worthless when you're doing that to move the tech that you need to babysit to keep from going down in value anyway. Looking at the whole heist, I think the big reason I enjoy it as much as I do is purely because of the stealth aspect, and how every time I replay it, I'm forced to think quickly under the pressure of the refrigerated tech timer to use what's around me to come up with a good route to where I need to go while avoiding sight. With Loud, on the other hand, it's a very simple heist, which in this case is very much a double-edged sword. You know exactly what you get almost the moment you look at the heist, which can be fun, but still needs a bit more draw, especially now that the favorite and Delivery Charge only makes you go back to this heist either when there's someone playing it in the server browser, or you just really want to experience 99 boxes for some reason. To be fair to 99 boxes though, it is decently randomized with forcing you to go to specific shipping yards for your objective, even if the circles can be aggravating and complete to get said objective. Overall, I can understand why people dislike this one, but I still enjoy it nonetheless. Although it doesn't help that this is one heist with the most bugs in the game. First, there's the infinite weapon XP bug, then opening the security camera room from the opposite side. Really, why was this heist so buggy back near launch? Next up is either going to be the 8th and final launch heist, or I'm going to take a slight detour and talk about general improvements I think the game sorely needs for its long-term health that aren't just fixing the content left hung to dry. Whichever one I end up making first. Until then, I appreciate you watching this, and I hope you take care.